Coming up on this episode of Business Weekly. The multi-billion-pound nuclear energy plant at Hinkley Point is now looking for supply chain contributors. We spoke to Heather Myers of the South Wales Chamber of Commerce, who is inviting businesses to get involved. Councillor Phil Murphy of Monmouthshire County Council speaks to us about the methods the authority used to end this year on a financial surplus. And we spoke to Derek Kay, Director of IT Advisory at KPMG, to discuss the results of a new survey and how Welsh employees view digital transformations. All of that and more coming up. But first, the South Wales Chamber of Commerce is inviting businesses to become part of the supply chain for the multi-billion-pound nuclear power station at Hinkley Point. Heather Myers, CEO of the Chamber, joins us to tell us more.
Hinkley Point offers a huge opportunity for South Wales businesses. It's the first nuclear power plant that's been built for 20 years. It's going to power 6 million homes, and there's a build cost of around £20 billion. And EDF, who are the commissioning contractors, have given commitments to the supply chain of South Wales and South West companies that they will procure from a certain amount of the contracts from within a specified region. And this means that companies in Wales are perfectly placed to bid for the work packages that are coming out from the contracts that EDF are putting out. And we know already that £1.3 billion worth of contracts have been awarded to businesses in the South West and South Wales. But I also know there's a huge opportunity still waiting there. And one of the reasons for us promoting this is that we believe that Welsh companies are still underrepresented, and there's so much more that they could be doing to access the contract and the opportunities. So what I would suggest is checking out the resource that's available in Wales. But the most important thing businesses really need to do is to register on the Hinkley Point supply chain so that Hinkley Point know that you're there and want to supply. And you can do that by registering on www.hinkleysupplychain.co.uk.
Monmouthshire Council has announced that it has ended its 2018-2019 financial year with a surplus. While the report highlighted some areas of concern regarding increasing number of children looked after by the council, an increase of almost £2.5 million in costs was successfully managed. To find out more, I spoke to Councillor Phil Murphy of Monmouthshire County Council.
Yes, 49,000 was a result that we were pleased with, but it's a much lower surplus than we had in the last couple of years, and was only helped out by an additional grant which we were able to take some benefit out of, and that prevented us from going into an overspend. But nevertheless, you operate with what you've got, and we got it, so we used it. Basically, never think it's right. Always keep trying to reinvent yourself. Do it differently. Keep looking for change. Use your social capital. Embrace new technology. You know, we've got lots of schemes that we've got going, utilising Facebook more. We've got our chatbot facility that can be accessed through Facebook Messenger or the website. That gives people easy answers and quick answers to lots of questions. It promotes business startups. It changes customer experiences. You know, you can do so much these days outside of the normal way of doing things, and I would advise the other authorities in Wales to ask us how we're doing it, because we're more than happy to share our experiences here.
KPMG UK recently conducted a survey which questioned more than 1,000 UK employees about digital transformation. We spoke to Derek Kay, a Director of IT Advisory at KPMG, to discuss the results, how Welsh employees view digital transformations, and what we can take away from the survey.
So we did a survey of over 1,000 people across the whole of the UK, and it was a survey on perception. So we're not looking at hard fact here. This is people's perception of what the impact is of the increasing digitisation of the workplace, and by that we really mean the fact that IT and technology now seems to be woven into far more of everybody's day-to-day working life than it ever used to be. There was no clear blue water between any of the different regions. The defining characteristic, I think, for the responses from the Welsh contingent, it was probably in a couple of areas, it was certainly the most decisive in terms of either agreeing or disagreeing. So you had fewer people sitting on the fence on some of the questions in Wales than you did pretty much anywhere else, which was quite interesting. And whether that's linked to the slightly different sector split in terms of the Welsh economy compared to the rest of the UK, with Wales having a strong economy in services and manufacturing, and the manufacturing sector proportionally being less representative in the rest of the country, may or may not be an underlying cause, but correlation doesn't prove causality. But the key thing we're finding, and we see this again and again, and we see it across all sectors, and we see it in all geographies, people used to look at IT as a way of reducing cost and, in many cases, reducing headcount. That is no longer the case that we're seeing.
In an age dominated by social media, in which our personal and professional lives are often made public for all to see, how important is it for companies to develop a social media policy? To find out, we spoke to Carol Thomas from Cardiff-based HR firm HR Department to discuss how to avoid a social media catastrophe.
So legally, a company will need to demonstrate their actions impair upon other employees' ability to do their jobs. So basically, when it brings the company into serious disrepute or harms the reputation of the company. So that could be conduct which is deemed bullying, harassment, or discriminatory. But you need to be associated with the company on social media. So if the company is specified as the employer, or if they're naming the company or individuals, this is going to have a more serious impact. It's very important to have a social media policy in this day and age because it sets out clear expectations so that everybody knows exactly where they stand. With a large percentage of the population being avid social media users, it's really safe to assume that if everyone is now on social media in some way, shape or form and has an online persona. So it's probable that even the most socially savvy of employees have access to social media. So it's really important for employers to set out clear expectations so that they can rely on it when there are any breaches and rely on it when forming a disciplinary case.
Superfast Business Wales offer businesses a digital tech support programme to help build their digital capabilities. To learn more about the programme and how it could benefit Welsh businesses, we spoke to David Elsmere.
Superfast Business Wales is a fully funded business support programme. It's funded by Welsh Government and European development funding, and it's aimed to help small businesses in Wales understand, adopt and exploit the range of opportunities offered by superfast broadband and digital technology. We do that in a three-stage process. We run a whole range of workshops, pan Wales, between 50 and 60 workshops a quarter, so you're never far away from a workshop. Those workshops cover a whole range of activities from social media marketing, digital marketing, running your business in the cloud, so that's looking at things like software as a service, voice over internet protocol, cloud phones as they're more commonly known, and how you can save time, money running your business, and also using digital marketing and social media to help grow your audience, grow your business that way. If nothing else, they can help them reduce costs, save time, improve stability of their business, and perhaps most importantly, grow profits.
The Cardiff-based English Language Academy is urging the Welsh Government to capitalise on international students, recognising them as educational tourists when they come here for language programmes. We spoke to Emelyne Burkhard from the Celtic English Academy.
So what we tend to see is that when people come to choose a language school or a study abroad program, is they're acting like educational tourists, and they really consider where they are going and what they might be able to see. So I think that Wales could really harness this potential. For example, Visit Wales receives a lot of its visitors domestically from the UK and Ireland, as well as from America, Canada, Germany, and a few emerging markets like China and Japan. But within our sector, we have students coming from 50 different nationalities. And so we've sort of single-handedly been bringing Chileans, Argentinians, South Koreans into the city in Cardiff, and also in North Wales to our summer centre, and through all the activities and excursions we run. So Visit Wales have actually had their eyes opened quite a lot to the sort of inbound potential that working with sectors like ours could bring to the overall tourism picture that Wales could see in the future. To attract more international students, I think that there should be an increased value on cross-sector partnerships. I mean, as an English language school accredited by the British Council, we're part of the membership group English UK, and we have a regional group in Wales for that. Separately, Universities Wales brings together all the university departments, but there's more that could be done across sectors like that, because we are all working to achieve the same things to welcome international students. Also, I think increased collaboration between the government and local authorities.
BITC Cymru held the Waste to Wealth Summit this week, aimed to commit businesses to improve productivity and cut down on unnecessary waste. The Waste to Wealth commitment has been supported by some major organisations in Wales. We spoke to Matt Appleby, Director at BITC, to learn more.
The Waste to Wealth Summit is an event we're hosting this week that's bringing together over 100 Welsh businesses around the business and the community waste to wealth commitment. And that commitment is we're asking businesses to work collectively towards doubling our resource productivity and eliminating avoidable waste by 2030. So effectively what we're asking businesses to do is look at how they can redesign how resources are used in their products and services, how they can collaborate across their organisations and with their supply chains, and importantly, how we can work together as businesses to tackle this huge issue, and then reconvene and report on progress so that we're kind of measuring where we are. Well, we're really pleased. Castell Howell Foods were the first in Wales to sign up. We've also got Alan Griffiths, Amgen Cymru, RCT Council, Cardiff Airport, Cardiff Business School, E.G. Lewis, EDF Energy, Jehu Group, Repair Cafe Wales, River Simple, South Wales Police, and the Pure Option. So I think that's 14 so far. They've been coming in kind of thick and fast in the last week or two in the run-up to the event, and we really want to increase that number so that we've got a really strong group of businesses working together to tackle this really, really important issue in Wales.
Chase de Vere, the independent financial advisors with offices in Cardiff, has announced its best ever performance in its annual report and financial statements for the year ending December 2018. We spoke to Ben Staniforth from Chase de Vere to discuss not only the results, but also his thoughts on the Welsh economy.
We're very bullish. We kind of believe that Cardiff and South Wales and Wales particularly is in a fantastic position to be able to capitalise on any kind of uncertainties that Brexit is having upon us. I think with the infrastructure, particularly in South Wales, it stands in really good stead. I think business is booming, and we've had a really good, successful 2018. It was actually spectacular year. We actually generated over £10 million in profit, which has just been reported to HMRC, which was virtually double what we made back in 2017. So it was a really spectacular year for us. However, the really good thing is that it was not just a one-off. We're expecting to hit the same heights again this year. We're trying to exceed those sort of numbers again. So it was a really spectacular year, as I say, based upon a really fantastic client base that we've built up over the last 50 years.
And that's all we have time for this week. For any more business news from Wales, you can always find us on businessnewswales.com. Till next time.